Greetings and salutations, gamers. This is Siltown coming to you live on 5/18/2028. Today we're going to play some Everquest. We're going to be going in with our friends, Filthy Casuals, and we'll be hitting up a bunch of T1 raids tonight. We are a little short of players, so this is going to be kind of actually challenging. So we're going to be going in, hitting what we can, and doing what we can. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we have another fun night of raiding. Anyhow, we're in the guild hall finishing getting up. We're going to be hitting Neriac 1 for our first raid target for the night. Alright, I finally maxed out all my AAs for this expansion, and I maxed out the experience. AA points mainly what I'm referring to, but I still can buy AAs. In order to make more AAs, I'm going to have to spend some of this stuff. So, let's see. What do I want to spend it at? I can either start this up, I can Mastery of the Past, probably work on that because it has more of an impact. And I don't even use these. Don't care about any of this really. Alright, let's go to Mastery of the Past. Next rank will 86. Oh, 82. So, there we go. Just 1 point into that for 10. Want to keep it as close as I can to 200 because depending on what I do will determine whether or not to take more off or on. I know I'm only going to get like 3 AA to 5 AA tonight while raiding, so there's no point in actually taking too much down. But I will be getting more AAs later in the week. Let's see, I did some improvements to my gear. I got this today, which was really useful. Gave me a 7.5 to attack. I got this as well from the T1 vendor for raiding. So this helps out quite a bit. And, which gem is that? Is that the slip gear? Okay. Good. And, what else did I get? That's about it, primarily. And I also got another gem for 16 damage to two-handed weapon. That's about it. So I'm sitting pretty with my equipment right now. Right now they're running in and grabbing grabbing the mission shortly and getting teleportation into the zone that we're going to be doing. There we go. House's effects. Since it is summer, we have a lot less people showing up for raids on Saturday, so we don't know whether or not raiding on Saturday will continue as a raid night or be a free night. So I'll let you know when that happens. But we'll definitely pick up with 3 raid nights if we do decide to do 2 raid nights during the summer when we pick up back to 3. Not exactly sure if that's going to happen. We still have enough to do the T1 raids and stuff like that. I need a little more currency from T2 to be able to buy the next fist I want to get. Weapon. Wow. Wow. Someone running there had a gnome illusion on, and they're a dark elf, and they're running through Neriak. And because they're in Neriak, it's a dark elf territory, they hate every other species. So he's like, hey, I'm a dark elf, but I'm hiding as a gnome with an illusion. They turn and beat him down. Oh, how funny. That is kind of funny. Oops, I forgot to take off my gnome illusion. And, hey, wait, why is that elf attacking me? I'm a dark elf. What? Ah, damn. Illusion. Illusion 1? Wait, no. Dark elves 1, illusion 0. Ouch. That does suck. But it's funny. Because we just got done talking about, hey, you need to be a dark elf, while going through Neriak. Hey, I'm a dark elf, yeah, okay. Oops, I forgot I had an illusion on. Smack. Why did I die? Oops, oh yeah, illusion. Too rich.
Gift of mana. Gift of mana. Joust. Re-engage.
Lightning. Watch it.
Joust. Re-engage.
Whoa, what the fuck hit me?
Sylve Talon hit by AE. Sylve Talon move away from raid. Joust. Re-engage.
Wow. I have no idea.
Sylve Talon safe to return. Sylve Talon safe to return.
I got absolutely no heals on that. I died from a massive dot. No idea.
Joust.
I haven't seen that dot before. 100k AE dot.
Re-engage.
No wonder. That was gay as hell. I got the res. Oh, I should have realized. Should have realized that wasn't going to do anything.
Joust. Re-engage.
I can't even freaking move. Yay. It's also a 100k tick as well. Yeah. Basically, getting summoned back in for 2 deaths is fun. Yay. Thank you. Tonight's going to be a real high death rate night, for sure. We just don't have the numbers to really burn stuff down fast. Oh, we'll going to level 105? Damn.
Charmin mass group buff used. Charmin mass group buff used.
Wall mode. Like, wait a minute. My group bestial ones are up except for 2. But that's okay. I can keep the banner. It's not a big deal. Okay, so what's going on is we're taking a 5-minute break to wait for our burns to come back up. So so they're just waiting a bit. Because we got so few people, we need all the burns we can get. So we're going to give ourselves about a 5-minute break and come right back. So I'm pretty much just staying here waiting for them to come back. Tonight I'm running with 190 DKP. Yeah, the Crystal Geode is set to your guild standard. Would you like to travel there now? And I'm in the instance. Well, it's when you're standing close to the banner after a teleport out, it seems to glitch in. Or no. So about 3 more minutes, we'll be getting back in and attacking. I'm going to click yes, see what happens. Nothing. Nothing happens if you click yes. Yeah, unfortunately with this few people, we have to take it a little more carefully. We have to pay attention to the rules, so to speak. Normally when we have a full raid, we burn this guy so fast that he only gets out 2 pulses and it doesn't matter. Alright, we're starting to get back into the zone. We'll be hitting this very shortly. In the next couple minutes. 7:31. You guys should be entering now.
Alrighty, let's all log back in. Once we get inside, we will need some coffee from Bodie.
Give him a floaty set. He'll be fine. They said give him some buffies when he gets in. A wild Bodie has appeared. Yay, 36 people. Woohoo! We improved our chances by 0.001. Kind of reminds me of the Leroy Jenkins video. What's our chances of survival here? 33.33%. Damn it, Leroy. At least I got chicken. Great days.
Alrighty, which we're fine. Let's go ahead and head straight on back to our starting point. I am going to swap forward now between 2 and 30 up. Bit more welcome. Let's get our TVs primed. Do we need any more coffee from Bodie? So just to, well done team. So just to kind of reiterate and clarify, we now have proof of one with Bodie OB fake and code. Sal, can you? Okay, I'll fix it correctly next time. Okay. And then we have proof two with bone crushing. So are we okay to putting on that side to for us to start? Without OB? Okay. Oh, wait, OB. Alright, and then is Shion, are you good? TV's in, folks. And we are about to start. So go ahead and get Elixirs out, please.
Joust.
Joust out.
Sylve Talon hit by AE.
I
Sylve Talon move away from raid. Re-engage.
Was it a joust or that you have to fight? You don't release the joust from the stick. You have to stay.
Sylve Talon safe to return. Sylve Talon safe to return.
I have an energy cost maybe for the raid for some reason.
Joust.
Joust out that dot.
Re-engage.
Jeez, nobody
It needs to fight.
pay freaking attention. What? Why are we having lightning going back on the boss repeatedly?
I don't know because the people that it's called, like Lyria's gone. Lyriana is dead, away from the raid. So it's not calling the people. Yeah, sorry, I have to kite out with pulse on me, so
Joust. Re-engage.
do I think this pulse is on me?
Sylve Talon kite pulse. Sylve Talon kite pulse north.
Run back until we can get more focusing.
I got one of the pulses on me.
Another emerging contact, right?
Joust. Re-engage.
Oh, we just lost control.
Joust. Re-engage.
Right now I can't see a lot right now. With the lightning.
Yep, pretty much dead. He drew it right
Sylve
to
Talon
where
kite pulse.
drew it,
Sylve
right,
Talon kite pulse north.
drew it right on top of me. Awesome. I can't even fringe death without people drawing shit on top of me. Oh well. I think I'm gonna probably D-level from deaths tonight. This is pretty funny shit. It's just, honestly, we have people not paying attention. That's what's killing us right now. We lost 6 people plus on someone not paying attention about moving from away with the pulse chasing them, the lightning. I think about 10 people died from the one. That shouldn't be happening. Then it went back in the raid 2 to 3 times. So it killed the person who went after, then ran back in another direction, killed that person, then chased the other person. So the second and third time it locked on to somebody, it didn't say who it was locking on. And that's why there was confusion. I think the reason why it wasn't calling out the names of the persons it was chasing is because it killed the first person it was chasing, and it didn't have a follow-up. So the people who were targeted after the first person died from targeting, it just didn't tell us because we didn't know. We're going to be going... We're going to be... we're going to be heading to a different raid zone. We're not going to continue this one. I know we can do it, but they feel it's not important to sit around here for too long. So we're going to go to another raid instance in Dead Hills and do that. There we go. What really sucked is lightning killed its first target and then locked onto another person, killed that target, then locked on to another person, and just went back and forth in the raid like a ping pong ball. That's why we lost so many. And it didn't tell us in Gina that it redirected its target. So it only gives us the one time when it comes in who's it's going after, the Gina trigger. It doesn't pick up the second time, which kind of sucks. That's why when you saw me kind of backing off, looking at the lightning, like, where's it going? I was trying to figure out if it was on me or someone else. I think the magic number for us is easily 42. Is our comfortable number. Anything under than that
Like, if you have the web
is an if.
and are able to do one, you will need to roll the heads over to
It's iffy.
Red Hills.
I've seen we complete tier 1 raids easily with 42. Anything under tends to be a little iffy, depending on how people are paying attention. But we're a pretty good guild. But summers are lazy times. Just checking up on something.
Banner is down.
Okay.
DA on Steward. Cure Gourd. Gift of Mana. Cure Baked Beans. Cure Janine. No disease on boss. Cure End. Cure Baked Beans. Cure Janine. No disease on boss. Gilly Mass Group buff used. Gilly Mass Group buff used. Gift of Mana. Charmin. Needs to kite. Cure Yendi. Cure Semadine. Gift of Mana. No disease on boss. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Sithal S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Necrid S pet. Cure Gilly S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Lyriana. Cure Kanzarna. Cure Tempest. Cure Useful. Curation. Cure Fake News. Cure Other. Cure Violation. Cure Immeasurable. Cure Sithal S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Thera. Cure Baked Beans. Cure Janine. No disease on boss. Cure Bodhi. Falric. Needs to kite. Cure Immeasurable. Cure Hank the Pet. Cure Kanata. No disease on boss. Cure Aretha. Cure Thera. Cure End. Cure Baked Beans. Cure Janine. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Silk Talon S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Tafnirot S pet. Cure Tafnirot S pet. Cure Lyriana. Cure Kanzarna. Cure Tempest. Cure Useful. Curation. Cure Fake News. Cure Vabetic. Cure Other. Cure Violation. No disease on boss. Cure Thera. Cure Necrid. Cure Janine. Gungeoneer. Needs to kite. Cure Useful. Curation. Cure Bodhi. Gift of Mana. Cure Immeasurable. Cure Hank the Pet. No disease on boss. Cure Aretha S pet. Cure Aretha S pet. Cure Aretha S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Corduroy S pet. Cure Vilius S pet. Cure Lumina S Pet. Cure Vilius S Pet. Cure Aretha. Cure Kanzarna. Cure Useful. Cure Kenny. Silk Talon needs disease cure. Silk Talon is dotted, get a disease cure. Curation. Cure fake news. Cure Vabetic. Cure other. Cure violation. Cure Bodhi. Silk Talon needs cure. Stain. Needs to kite. Silk Talon needs cure. Silk Talon needs cure. Cure Inuus. Silk Talon needs cure. No disease on boss. Silk Talon needs cure. Janine Mass Group buff used. Janine Mass Group buff used. Cure Thera. Cure Telila. Cure End.
Lots
Cure
of
baked
stuff
beans.
going on with that cure.
Cure Janine. Cure Vilius.
That always
Silk
overloads
Talon needs
my...
cure. Silk Talon
Gina.
needs cure.
There we go. There we go. All right. The Holy Rod. There we go. Not bad for gear. I'm glad that I have all my essences for this expansion. Got a slight runny nose. I'm suffering from a cold right now. Last few days been pretty annoying. I know you're hungry. You're gonna have to wait, kitty. I'm not gonna feed you until after I'm done raiding. No, you're gonna have to wait. I got something good. Got some good food for you tonight. So just wait. Yeah, cat's arguing with me about, no, you feed me now. You feed me right now. You give me my food. I'm like, no, you're gonna wait. You're very, very, very spoiled. Very, very spoiled. Cat is so spoiled. They're like, feed me now. No, I want my food now. I'm like, tell him, you gotta wait. Uh-oh, here he comes again. Whining that I'm not getting you food yet. Yeah, I know you are. Being a pain in the ass. Jeez. Spoiled cats. Jeez. He's literally protesting because we haven't put food in his bowl for the last couple hours. And we're not going to give him food until I'm done streaming. Because I have some wet food I want to give him. And they love it. But he doesn't know that I have it.
Banner is down. Banner is down. Gift of mana. 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 Tafnirot mass group buff used. Tafnirot mass group buff used. Gift of mana. Gift of mana. Gift of mana. DA on fake news.
Paragon going out.
Gift of mana. Loot is bidding. Loot is bidding.
Not bad.
Lothar mass group buff used.
Started the raid with 35
Lothar
people.
mass
We're now
group
at
buff
38.
used. Charmin mass group buff used.
The extra
Charmin
people
mass
are
group
helping
buff
out a
used.
lot.
Baked beans mass group buff used. Baked beans mass group buff used.
Thursday. Yes, we are blasting these raids pretty hard and fast. The only one we haven't finished in Era is the Zex Brothers 3.0. We're still working on that. But everything else in this expansion we cleared out, blasted through, and we got it on farm. We are low on numbers tonight due to the summer. You know how it is. Raid attendance drops during the summer, especially on the weekends. So we had a little trouble at the beginning of the raid with one of the events. So we moved on to other events until we're waiting for more people. Yes, next expansion is level 105 increase. So we go from level 100 to 105. Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. New armor sets, which are going to be really nice. Because every level increase, you get a power level increase on armor sets. So the power creep keeps going up. I mean, with the mega banner that we have, I go up to 170,000 health almost. With normal banner, I'm about... without a banner, I'm about 120k. It's not bad for a level 100 Beastlord. We'll find out my actual information in a moment here. $30 later. They're complaining about how long of a cast it takes for their kick to the guild hall is. So I made the SpongeBob SquarePants joke 30 years later. So 125k point 4 is my HP in raids without any of the banner buffs, which is not bad. It's pretty high end for a Beastlord at this level. It'd be about 130 plus k if I got the full set of the gear for this expansion, but I'm saving my DKP for the next expansion set. I buy new gear set every other expansion. So I'll have one expansion where I fully save up DKP to where I max it out. Then the next expansion buy armor, and the next expansion after that buy the hidden items. No, I haven't bought any of the new armor this expansion. I'm using last expansions. So we're doing Bixie 1 as next raid target. Wipe out all my DK, all my AAs would be wiped out if I were to maximize that. Oh, excuse me. Still recovering from a cold I got from the kids.
Banner is down.
I drive a school bus. I'm a bus driver for line of work. So I'm the basically front line of all the colds and viruses that are hitting the schools, basically. I'll eventually get it.
So not over everybody, and let's do another round of TVs once we all get in here, so we're all in one quick.
So I caught a very mild cold on Thursday. Nah, they don't pay us for transporting toxic children. But we do get good pay. I make about 28, 25 an hour. Get about 32 to 34 hours a week or more. So it's not bad work. It's pretty easy. I find it a lot easier than having to deal with retail. I so hate retail. 18 and a half years of that, I'm so sick of it. And I've done all types of retail. Back before 1998 or 99, retail was actually enjoyable to do because your bosses, your coworkers were real nice to you. When it hit 2000, the retail environment became complete shit. Your bosses, your higher ups, the employees became disgruntled, angry, nitpicky. I can list it on and on. It came to the point where retail environment slowly over the next 10 years into 2010 became so toxic that it was just disgusting. It was insane. And then 2008, the I am so entitled movement of people literally going to your manager and higher ups and complaining about you for absolutely nothing to get you fired became a trend. And the outbursts started out with, I can get what I want, so I'm going to get angry, throw stuff around, throw a fit, drive my car through your store. Literally bullshit. Started hitting. It was like, even now, the retail environment of today is still terrible in a lot of areas. You have to worry about more of your bosses and your coworkers than you do of the public. But the public is still pretty bad, especially if you work at McDonald's, where you get the entitled parents that just yell at you behind the register, scream that you ruined their child's experience and their time for eating dinner at their restaurant because you didn't give them a packet of ketchup. Or you're charging me for ketchup or all that. It's ridiculous. And then the one thing I hate about the current retail environment right now is I'm entitled to get a tip. Give me a tip. Tip me for my service. Tip me for saying hello. It's ridiculous. The tip culture now is insane in the retail environment. Now they're expecting you to tip the person behind the counter that's taking your order at McDonald's? What? Oh, it disgusts me. Now, the next thing you know, they're going to be wanting donations for Wakanda babies that got homeless because of the war in Marvel Universe. I bet you that's going to happen. Donations for the Wakandan babies from Marvel Universe. You know it's going to happen. I know, that's just... What I said is absolutely ridiculously stupid. But you know it's going to happen. Hey, Aldrich. Thanks for the first time chat, and welcome to the channel. But, I mean, corporations literally bending over for anybody that complains and has issues with something because they don't want to upset their customer base, because they're afraid of TikTok and all the other multimedias from coming down on them because the person takes everything out of contents and that stuff is ridiculous. Whatever happened to good, wholesome customer service, proper customer service, and your job respecting the employee and taking care of their employee? Now it's the customer service is like the fast food industry. They get what they want from the people and they throw them away. They don't care about their people that they have servicing and helping and doing the job. They'll drop them faster than flies on shit. I got a laugh out of my last time I looked for a job in retail, and I have 14 plus years, just to let you know, of experience of sales, and I was trying to get into DSW as, you know, just doing the job there, and the manager was like, "You have 14 plus years experience. Your experience makes it so I can't even hire you because you're too experienced. I can't afford to hire you. Why would you want to work here?" And I'm like, "Look, I'm so desperate right now, I don't care where I work as long as I'm getting money to survive. I need a job." And I did get the job, but they felt bad for hiring me because they could not really pay for my sales experience. It was ridiculous. They were literally trying to tell me, don't bother looking for a job here. And the funny part is they still gave me the job because the people that were trying to get the job before me, I heard from a side person that worked there for a long time that the 5 other people that they were looking at had really bad backgrounds and they couldn't hire them. So I was the last person they would choose to hire, because they needed someone pretty bad in a certain amount of time. And I was willing to take a pay cut to work at that retail place. And I was desperate. I had to take the pay cut. That's the only reason why they hired me, was I was willing to take that pay cut and do whatever dirty job they wanted. And I was also a barista for Starbucks for about 1.5 years. I made the drinks and everything. I was laid off on my birthday and told, "I'm giving you the chance to get out there and get into your career field that you want to get into as a helping hand, because you can't waste your time here." This is what I was told when I was fired. What the female manager was doing was she was firing all the male employees to hire female only to increase the tip for the store. So when they took all female employees, their tip increase was 60% higher. No male employee was able to work at that store location for over 3 years. It was a Starbucks I went to get drinks from time to time, so I knew how long it took for them to hire a male employee. That was right after she was fired. They were able to hire male employees. She kept that store with female only and never hired a male associate, and kicked out any male associates that were transferred to that store by firing them or sending them to other stores, just to keep the tips up higher, because she was making a cut from the tips each week. It's not. It's not illegal. Nobody caught on to what she was doing until 2.5 years later, when they saw the trend of her sending the males out or firing them for whatever reason. It became questionable after about 2 years of doing that, because it took a number of males complaining about them losing their jobs before anybody took notice. No one was really saying anything about it or doing anything about it, because none of the girls would complain about it, because they were making 30% more tips each week over what they normally would pull in.
Gift of mana.
But over the 14.5 years I was in retail, I've seen a lot of BS. Mainly from management side. That's why I got out of retail. I just couldn't take it any longer.
Gift of mana.
If I was still in retail, I probably would have done something I would regret doing. That's how bad it's gotten. It's just a toxic quagmire. I find the management and the companies more... How am I going to word this? I'm having a hard time wording this. I find the corporations and the management more despicable than anything I've ever seen from the customers. And some of those entitled bastards, excuse my language, some of those entitled people drive me up the wall. But if you want to talk about historical and how businesses treated their employees, businesses before the 1940s used to take care of their employees by providing health insurance, medical insurance, and stuff like that. Everything they needed to keep the people happy. And they took care of their employees because their children would come back and work for the company. So a lot of companies would generally have generational workers coming back to work for them again and again and again because they took very good care of their employees. After the 40s, after World War II, corporations started to pull the... Oh. Sorry, I'm focusing on the battle right now.
Gift of mana.
Companies started to take away the benefits, take away the bonuses and the other things for more and more short-term profit. Instead of focusing on long-term profit, companies geared towards short-term insta profit. And they became greedier and greedier and greedier. Now we got...
Don't attack.
Companies so focused on the short-term effects that they're willing to just blow through the labor to the point where it's just downright criminal. We're more slaves nowadays to corporations than we are a partner or an actual worker.
Charmin Mass Group buff used.
Because of the fact
Charmin Mass Group buff used.
we are barely making a living.
Next DS coming.
For
and
most
Mass
of,
Group
in most
buff
cases.
Used. And Mass Group buff used. Gift of mana. Don't attack.
Yeah.
Gift of mana.
First of all, with the job I do, I'm treated really, really good. They treat me at my company like a family member, which is nice. Two, we're so desperate for bus drivers everywhere. Everywhere needs bus drivers so badly right now that they're unwilling to treat us badly in any way.
Next DS coming.
And they do what they can to help us as much as
Don't
they
attack.
can.
Lothar Mass Group buff used.
Paragon coming out.
Lothar Mass Group buff used.
So we're treated really well, and we're getting pay increasements every year, anywhere from 50 cents to $2 added on to our
Gift of mana.
onto our checks every
Gift of
year.
mana.
Last year we made $2.50 increase raise. The year before that was $1.25. The year before that was $1.
Next DS coming.
So you can see, our company's doing decently well.
Don't attack.
And as a bus driver, the only thing I really got to worry about is loud, obnoxious kids. Sometimes them being a little bad. But other than that, I mean, it's the easiest line of work that I have ever done. Honestly, I find it more tolerable and easier than I have ever have from retail.
Stewart Mass Group buff used. Stewart
And
Mass
people
Group
complain,
buff used.
well, I don't want to deal with screaming, yelling kids all the time. And it's like, it's not all the time. It's just maybe one of your schools,
Next
or
DS coming.
at worst 2 schools that have little kids that are like that. But when you're dealing with the
Don't
older
attack.
kids that are in the high school area, they're pretty generally, they just don't want to deal with stuff. And they're more quiet than the younger kids. It's usually the younger kids' schools that are
Gift
a
of
little
mana.
wild and loud. That's not bad much. That's only in the afternoons. from my experience.
Gift of mana.
In the mornings, they're usually quiet for both schools because they're just waking up and hating the fact that they're going to have to go to school. You know what I mean?
Next DS coming. Don't attack.
Know what I mean?
Gift of mana. Next DS coming. Failed to feign death. Don't attack. Next DS coming. Don't attack. Next DS coming. Baked beans mass group buff used.
I drive for 2 schools a day. It's 2 morning routes and 2 evening routes. They're usually 3.5 to 4 hours apiece. Sorry, about 3 to 4 hours apiece. So I get about 6 to 8 hours a day.
Gungeoneer mass group buff used. Gungeoneer mass group buff used. Gift of mana.
My morning route goes from
Lyriana mass group buff used. Lyriana mass group buff used.
6:40 to 9:20.
Hybrid needs to click the drum.
Then my evening route starts at 1:50 and ends around 5 or 6 o'clock, depending on traffic and other stuff. So I get about 6 to 7 hours a day. It's not hard. It's really easy. I get about 3 to 4 hours during the day to nap for catching up on sleep. Except for Friday, which is a half day for the schools.
Hybrid needs to click the drum. Gift of mana.
Then if I want, from time to time, I can get field trips to increase my hours. My average, and I also get paid weekly, which is really nice. Makes it so much easier keeping track of my bills and everything by being paid weekly. And that in itself is a major benefit. That in itself is a major benefit. Ooh, excuse me.
Ads incoming. Tanks look alive.
Yes.
Ads incoming. Tanks look alive.
Good. A good number of them, actually. I have done movie theaters, bowling alleys, water parks, state fair. Theme parks. I even, in some of those, the school even paid for my ticket to go into the theme park, or the ticket to watch the movie with them. I even got into a skating rink for free a couple times. Miniature golf as well. I mean, there were a number of free activities that I was able to get into without being a part of the school, other than just being the driver. And some of the events
ads incoming. Tanks
gave
look
free
alive.
food to the bus driver as well, or discounts for participating in the park. Oh yeah, summer schools is where I see a lot of the free perk and entertainment school, because I do a lot of field trips during the summer, so I kind of get a few of those each month, and it's kind of nice. I've also been given gifts from the parents on the end of the year from time to time. I had a really nice route run doing the all-girl school and the all-boy military school. This is when we had this a while back ago. Visitation in St. Mary's. These are, one's a military school and one's a Catholic all-girl school. And these schools, generally, you're paying a good amount of money to send your kids there. So, a well-to-do school, education stuff. And on my last year of driving for them and the last route run of the week, I got gifts from the parents, and I was like, asked my base, can I keep this stuff? And they said, yeah, if they give it to you and it's given to you as a gift, you can keep whatever they give you. On my boys' route, the parents gave me $120 combined for driving their kids to school and thanked me for doing a great job. Especially the biggest amount that I got from the parents was coming from one parent who their kid left a $5,000 Alienware laptop on my bus. And I picked it up after the bus run and kept it to the side and kept it safe until the kid came back the next week on, because the next week was the last week, by the way. I gave it right back to him when I picked him up on Monday, and I told him I found it, didn't look at anything, never. I powered it down, and I kept it this way. And they saw I did exactly what I said, and they were very happy to get their laptop back. And so they gave me a really nice gift for doing that for them, making sure to keep that laptop safe until the kid got it back. Boy, was he like freaking out, and then he was so relieved when he got that laptop back. It was amusing. That was my best two schools that I've had. The kids were awesome. They were respectful. They didn't yell. They didn't go crazy. They were always so nice. It was the funnest time for me because awesome kids. And I appreciate that run for what it was, for how long it was. And I will never forget that run that I had. Because it was the best, you know? Memorable things like that. And almost all the runs I do are pretty decent. All my runs since then have been pretty decent. There have been only a couple field trips that were really bad because of the ethnic group that I was transporting and the type of school it is. All I can say is first generation kids coming from other countries. First generation kids being when they come from other countries, it's the first time they are in American schools and learning the stuff. I don't want to say anything too bad about it, but the two field trips of that were quite interesting. Let's just say we had to take the kids back to school before they even started their field trip.
Charmin Mass Group buff used. Charmin Mass Group buff used.
That's all I'm going to say. And then I requested never to drive for those schools again, in which my company made sure I don't drive for those schools anymore, which was pretty nice. So we do have some schools which I have requested not to drive for, or I would walk. So my company has actually made sure I never get on any of those routes. And that's pretty nice of them. There are a lot of people that don't want to drive for some of those schools that know what they are. But they do have a group of people who do that for them. That's my personal take on it, you know. But overall, I've been treated really excellent by my bus company. Very excellent. So I'll be happy to work for them anytime that they need it. I'd go on field trip at sudden notice if they requested it and they needed it. So they know that they can call me and I'll be there within 20 to 30 minutes to do the job. And I have been called in for emergency field trips before and have done the job without a day's notice multiple times because I'm very happy to work for my company. Oh, oops. They're having trouble with loot right now. I agree. It's very stress-free job. Yesterday I got a thanks from the school that I was servicing for the actions I took on board the bus for a kindergarten student. Basically, the kindergarten student swallowed a hard candy and started choking. Thankfully, it mostly went down, but it was still, lodged in the throat, but he was still able to breathe, but he had trouble breathing. I quickly identified what was going on. I gave him my personal bottled water, which was full. I haven't touched it yet. And I always keep bottled water on me for, when it gets hot and I get thirsty. And I took him back to school immediately. And so the school nurse took a look at him, found he was okay. The parents said to go ahead and let him stay on the bus to get home. The next day, the school gave me a big thanks and a letter to the company for taking care of the student the way I did and how quickly and efficiently I came back to the school to have the situation looked at by the staff. And they praised me quite well for doing an excellent job in taking care of a kindergarten. Yeah. That was the first time I've gotten a hell of a compliment from a school like that. I'm just happy he wasn't choking like crazy, So I kind of lucked out on that end, The candy was mostly down his throat. It just got kind of stuck, just a bit, where it was giving him a hard time breathing, just a little, but not choking him. And the water that I gave him melted the hard candy down enough for it to go down his throat fully. And as a bus driver, I see a lot of stuff on the road. Holy cow. Not as bad as California, where you got people that are so focused forward on what they're looking at that they're wearing blinders and they don't know what's to the right to their left. And they literally shout, I'm making left-hand turn now. Good luck, everybody. And they quickly swerve their wheel to go left from the far right lane. Yeah. I see that sometimes here in Minnesota. Oh, that's so funny. But the worst thing in Minnesota that I hate the most on drivers is the ones that purposely speed up from behind you, anywhere from 10 to 50 feet behind you in their car, and they're flooring it to get past you while you're trying to merge, and they force you to dangerously go back into your lane to avoid hitting them because they're going 20 to 30 miles an hour faster than the traffic is on the road just to pass you up because they don't want to be behind you. That's utterly ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. The mentality is, I can't have you in front of me, and I don't want you to pass me. Like, what the hell? This is one of the few states I've seen this mentality. New York. Oh, don't get me going on New York. I will refuse to drive a bus in New York. Especially in the New York City. Hell no. Hell fucking no. I will not drive a big vehicle in the middle of New York. Heck, I probably wouldn't want to drive a rental car in New York City. That's how bad it is. They're still working on loot right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the raid is being called early tonight. We had a number of people drop right about now because of real-life issues. So we're cutting the raid short tonight. This was the last Saturday of current era raids. Tuesday will be our last official raid day for the current era. We'll be doing T2s and any T1s that we have missed if we have time. So that'll be at 7 o'clock. For this Sunday and Monday, I'm not feeling too good to be doing extra streams this weekend. So there will be no extra streaming on those 2 days that I've done in the last 2 weeks. I do apologize. Unless I'm feeling better, I might pick up one of those days and stream on those days. I will be focusing my time on EQ, making sure I get more AAs done, and keeping my AAs around 200. With that being said, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to watch us play some Everquest. It's been a lot of fun entertaining you, Siltalon. If you like what you see, please hit that like button. And I'll quickly go over here in the chat channel since there's been some other stuff. Oh, Wraith11, thank you so much for the compliment. I really appreciate it. I try doing my best, and I always will try. Thank you so much. And thank you for the first time chat. Gregjex, thank you. Have a good night. And Aldrix Z, thank you. Have a good night, man. All right. With that being said, everyone, thank you so much. Have a good night. Be safe, and we'll see you again on Monday. Wraith, send me a direct tell in Twitch. It'll make it easier to coordinate that way if you are interested in doing that. Anyhow, good night, everyone. Siltalin out.